Welcome back to another episode of The Whistle. Guys, can you believe this is episode 7?
Episode 7.
Season
We got
5,
Coach
baby.
Hart and Coach Pollock, season 5, episode 7.
7.
The Whistle.
Here we go.
Coach, what's going on, man? We hey, I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt right now because I'm licking my wounds from Saturday. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, first, let me say this. Let me
man.
cut in. Let me cut in early and say this, because I see the chats, I see the chatter, I see what people say. They said y'all wasn't gonna do no show if we lost.
Oh, hey, listen, we here every week.
Yeah.
Listen, let me tell you something. The Kelsey brothers, they do their show whether they win or lose. You know, that's what we're gonna do our show whether we win or lose.
We're going to do it. We're
There's
going
no
to do it.
doubt.
I told y'all last year how I felt. And I ain't want to do no show. I wanted to take my ball and go home. That's what I wanted to do. And my brother's here.
Yeah.
You know, Uncle Neely.
Hey, we
my
gotta
boy
face the
Polly.
music.
They told
Gotta
me, hey,
face it,
man,
man.
we got to keep doing the shows. Then I heard from the fans that y'all want us to keep
Yeah.
doing the shows too.
Yeah.
You know, that's at least what I heard. So,
That's right.
But the beauty of it is now we ain't planning on losing.
no,
So-
no.
Come on,
That
now.
was not staged or anything like that. That hurt.
That hurts.
That really hurt.
That hurts.
That hurt pretty
Yes,
bad.
it did.
Still hurts.
Yes.
That's the thing about coaching though. You never lose it until the next game. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? Till you play next
That's
game.
right.
Like that loss is not Saturday. That loss is the whole week until next Saturday.
Yes.
Because you're trying to, correct your
That's a good point.
mistakes.
That's right.
Get things right.
Yeah.
Get back on the right foot. So it sticks with you, man.
But
And
then, but
it's
you know,
on me.
the two another thing too is you get back to work, and then you kind of get into your routine, so you don't think about it as much, but it's still in the back of your mind. You still want to get that bad taste out of your mouth, and we got this Saturday to do that.
Yeah, because you gotta self-scout yourself.
That's
you know?
right.
Because football, college football, just like NFL, or actually at any level, it's a copycat league. Whatever hurts you in the last game, teams will try to take advantage in some
right.
kind of way the next game.
That's right.
So it's really making those corrections, getting the kids up to speed, and clearing everything up. The only thing that I'll say about learning, because I never call it losing, is that you learn from the mistakes and you got good film to teach off of.
That's right.
I never ever, in my opinion, you
Yeah.
answer this too. I never ever, when I had a blowout win, a blowout win, a close win, I could find something to correct.
That's right.
But blowout wins, you don't really get better. It's
That's
more
right.
about keeping the team
Yeah.
at a level where
That's
they
right.
don't get too high
That's
and
right.
think we this and we that. You know what I'm saying? That kind of deal. So,
Absolutely. Well, Coach, like you said, man, when you got those learning moments, those times where you got to self-evaluate, and that's where we're at right now. We got to self-evaluate, figure out what we did wrong, where we went wrong, and try to prevent it from happening in the future.
Yeah.
And that's what this game's all about. Listen, here's the deal. Every Saturday, 50% of the teams win, 50% of the teams lose.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, at best, only one team's going to be undefeated. So everybody's going to face this, and this is part of the game. You got to figure out, we always talk about the light shining on us, and there's a lot of light on this program, and a lot of times that's a good thing. But also, you got to be able to take those bullets when they come at you. When you're facing a week like this, and because like I say, there's people always out there that want to take a shot at you because a lot of people are rooting for us. There's a lot of people out there rooting for us. I hear from people all the time. But we know there's haters out there. They want to see us fail. They want to see Coach Prime fail, and it's funny because they even resort to making up stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, before you get into that, though,
Okay.
I tell you what, a great comment that, Coach Prime has said, and I take it with me wherever you go, and our fans out there, y'all should take this too. Anytime, if you feel or you believe, let me say that, if you believe that you are extraordinary, that you are great, you got to understand extraordinary trials, great pressures are going to come with that. Because you can't have one without the other. You can't be great or extraordinary and not have extraordinary times of trouble or great times of pressure or trouble. They go hand in hand.
Right.
So you can't flinch.
No.
You can't give up.
Absolutely.
People are going to say what they're going to say. They're going to do what they're going to do. But you got to hold true to who you are. Because in order to be great, you have to go through some times that make you great.
Absolutely.
Okay? So I want everybody to understand that. And I'm not just talking football here, so I hope you guys get this. Whoever you are out there who tunes into this show and watches us, understand, if you are striving to be great, whatever pressure you're facing, whatever trials you're facing, they should be as great as you want to be.
Right.
Because that's what's going to get you there. So don't
Preach,
look
baby.
at that as a
Man,
bad
I feel like
thing.
I'm in the black church in South Georgia right now, man. I'm looking for the amen session.
Hey, talk
yeah.
But don't look at that as a bad thing. You know, welcome it. Embrace it.
Yes.
Take it in. Understand, because at the end of the day, what it tells you is two things. Either you're just talk, or you really embrace the pain and the adversity, and you want to be great and you see yourself through.
That's right.
If you do that, I guarantee you'll come out on the other side and you have a great story, great testimony for anybody that's up under you or watching you as you reach that pinnacle where you want to be.
Well, I tell you what, Coach, it's funny to me, man. You know, you can't help but hear and read stuff, and we try not to, but we're human, and we see things and hear things.
Yeah.
And the one that got me this week that just had me chuckling was that they said Coach Prime had told our band not to play the fight song when we scored a touchdown so they could play Shadur's Perfect Timing song.
Oh, Lord.
I'm like, hey, man, what are we doing?
I
mean, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, come on now.
That
is crazy.
This is about CU Buffs football.
That's right.
Before anything else.
Exactly.
You know? And guys, the reason why we do half the things we do, you see us on TV and stuff, and you don't see other programs doing it, because we're transparent.
That's right.
We're showing you a light.
We're
I know
showing
people
you
say,
everything.
we edit this, we do. No, we don't. He's not that way. He won't let us do that. So,
Not at all.
you know, if you're going to come out here and put yourself out here like we're doing now on the whistle,
Right.
then like my friend Coach Pollock here said, and Uncle Neely said, hey, man, we got to face the music too now.
That's right.
You know? So we're here for you.
Yeah, that's right.
Bring them on. Comments, questions.
And speaking of that music, here's the band who on its own decided, hey man, if Shadur scores a touchdown, let's let his music be a part of our celebration.
Right.
Something they did totally on their own.
Right.
Which when you look at it from that lens is an absolute positive.
Yes.
But someone who either wanted to be first, forget being right.
Correct.
Someone who wanted clicks, they take the evidence that this music is playing and just arbitrarily attach to it
Right.
that Prime made them do it.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's
Couldn't
right.
be further. He had no idea.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of like when we were they told everybody they were forced to go to the Lil Wayne concert.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about?
Supposed to be, first of all,
God dang.
you ain't got to force nobody to go to a
Yeah,
Lil Wayne
no,
concert.
no. I went. I was dead up in that joker.
What you talking about? Singing
I
all
was
of
dead
it.
up. I lick it like a lollipop.
Oh, and like some wings, huh?
Right,
Don't y'all
baby.
forget that comment.
Come on now. That's right. Get that one out of there. Hey, but you know, Coach, I tell you what, though, we learned a lot going to Nebraska. I tell you one thing I always want to say is this, and I want to shout out to the people in Nebraska. That's a great environment. That's a great environment to play a football game in.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool knowing some of the guys that's played in that stadium and the program they've had. And it was pretty cool just to walk out there and just kind of look around and see the tradition they've had. And you understand why they've been the kind of program they've been, you know. And it was pretty cool to be there. And it was almost like walking into the Rose Bowl last year. You know, just being in an environment where you've always seen it. And man, that's just that's when sometimes I knew I sat there on the field and I was like, man, what Coach Prime's got me doing.
Yeah.
I'm standing out here getting ready to play Nebraska at
Blessed,
Memorial
man.
Stadium. Such a blessing.
It is.
You know, I just
That's the college
people,
football
yeah,
atmosphere,
that was a
right?
good
Yeah.
atmosphere, man. The
Yeah.
people were pretty nice. You know, you got people that was, you know, they trying to be, you know, hating anyway, but that's okay too.
It's okay.
And
It's
we
okay.
like that.
Well, I
That's
tell
all
you
right.
this, Coach. As far as all where we travel together, separately, what have you, when it comes to game day production, fan engagement, man, hats off to Nebraska.
I think it was like 398 straight sellouts is
Yeah.
what was on in the stadium. They had
And
they
you're
had
talking about
the
that's
countdown
90,000
up there.
people
That was
for 398
Yes.
consecutive games. And then the things they do during the game, when we weren't able to silence them,
Right.
they went louder each time.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think they say that the Memorial Stadium is the second most populated city in Nebraska when they're playing.
Wow, is that right?
Like just the stadium, not
Yeah.
Lincoln.
Yeah,
Just the
yeah,
people
yeah,
in the
just the
stadium, like the
stadium.
second most populated city
wow,
in Nebraska.
that's
So
something
you know,
else.
it was.
I didn't know that.
It's interesting.
Coaches,
Yeah.
before we flip the switch to our next opponent, back half of the show. Now, don't get me wrong, we lost. That's right. And we were never really in it. But when I go back and peel back the layers of the game, let me give you a couple of idols or what ifs. It'll be another 20 years before Shador Sanders throw a pick six.
I believe that.
It'll be another 30 years before an interception pops off Bentley's hands, lands in the receiver's hands, and they score.
That's right.
Now put on the blocked field goal. You're talking 17 points.
Yeah.
Of the 28.
Yes.
Right there.
Yes.
It really wasn't what it looked like, even though it was what it looked like.
It was what it looked like, though.
That's right.
It absolutely was.
It happened.
But there were certain plays that were like, man, that don't happen every day.
It don't. It don't.
Let me tell you something. This is the way I look at it.
It did.
This is the way I look at it. We were down 28-0 at halftime, and I've seen where a team would have packed it in at halftime, and it'd have been 42 or 49 the second
absolutely.
half. And our defense played their butts off the whole game. They, even though 28 points, really 14, you say 14, 21, whatever you want to say there. But the second half, shutout. Shutout City the second half.
With Nebraska aggressively trying to score.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't pack it in.
No,
they were trying to score.
They were trying to score. And so our defense, and then our offense showed some signs of life coming out, putting together a couple scoring drives, and I was just proud of that. I was proud of the way those kids responded, and it told me a lot about our team. It really did. I think we got a group that's going to fight, going to keep playing hard, and I think they believe in what we're trying to sell.
Yeah.
And coach is up there every day just trying to get them to convince them that they're as good as he knows they are, and to play up the capability he knows they can play. So I was really proud of that.
And that's where I was on it, because when I look at the talent of this team, the talent of this coaching, we shouldn't lose like that.
Right.
We got too many tools in the toolbox.
Right.
Where whether it is a fluke would have been interception, results in this, like whatever the cases may be, our talent exceeded that performance. Like we underperformed.
Right, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
We got to start fast, man. I mean,
That's right.
The last two games, we have not started fast or even on time. Whether it be, special teams, offense, defense, whatever facet of the game you want to look at, and you look at the tape and say, okay, here's where we were a little slow getting out the blocks. But again, like you said, I think one of the most encouraging things is the two games we played, the second half has been totally different than the first.
Yes.
No matter who it was that may have started out slow. So you look at that and you say to yourself, okay, my emphasis for my group, for my platoon, for my team, for my side of the ball, is to all start out fast. If we can play first halves like we do second halves, then I think, Uncle Neil, you're right. The talent that we have, the coaching, all that stuff comes to light in those who are fans, and not saying anything wrong or derogatory about fans, but you see it quicker.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? From the fan eye, you see it quicker.
That's
From
right.
a coach's eye, you look at the technique, you look at the stats, look at the situations, you look at the game plan, things you were trying to do, and say, okay, well, we had it here, but we just didn't this or that was missing here. We had our hands on the ball for a pick, but didn't turn it over and receiver caught it. Or hey, if we'd have had just a little bit more time, man, that receiver was running wide open.
That's right.
Just like we planned it to happen.
Yeah.
We just didn't have the time we needed to get the ball
it's
going.
big time college football.
Yeah, it's big time. It's hard to win, man.
And it's hard to win, and little things are going to make a big difference.
Yeah.
And but you know what? It's that way anywhere in
Yeah.
competitive
And
football.
and again, we are saying on this show right here, this is not an excuse. Nebraska, you played your butt off.
Absolutely.
You did what you were supposed to do.
Absolutely.
You
Yes.
came and you won the game, and it's on us to fix our season and what we need to do
Absolutely.
moving forward to be
right.
the bus we think we are, which we believe we are. So,
If you take away the things that I talked about, they're still up 14 or 21 at halftime.
yeah.
Yes.
It doesn't change that they did what they did.
That's
Like
right.
they controlled the game
That's right.
from start to end.
doubt.
Like
Yeah.
we were playing under their terms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
Well,
exactly
it was
right.
almost like the way the game was played here last year. You know, the breaks kind of went against us
Yep.
in Nebraska, and last year the
Absolutely.
breaks
Great
kind of
point.
went for us. So,
Great point.
You know, and when you got two teams that are evenly matched and tradition and rivalry and things, little things like that are going to break a game open, and that's what's happened both years against them. So it's going to be interesting moving forward, how we respond. I'm excited about, I think this week has been great. I think our guys, for the most part have come in here, been, focused on getting better, and, I think we've licked our wounds a little bit, Let me check. I got I'm almost done.
Yeah, I like my scars though. I like to have the scars.
Those are reminders, man.
Have some calluses. That's right. You got to have some calluses on you.
I like the scars.
That's right.
They got this theory out
Chicks
there.
dig scars too.
That's it. Look, I was finna go down that road a little bit.
Yeah.
No, because they got this thing out there. This is a perfect opportunity to give another life lesson like you did earlier. Every woman out there is looking for that knight in shining armor. Shining armor ain't been tested. Shining armor ain't been through no battle.
That's exactly
You need
right.
to get you somebody with some armor with some dinks in
You
it.
got to get some dents in the thing.
Because that's been through something.
That's
Okay,
right.
talk
And what we
Yes,
did with North Dakota State, we won, but we went through something. Our armor, we got some reminders. Like, I remember where I got that.
Now, some of these
I
young
don't want
bucks
that
don't
over here.
understand this.
That's right.
But like me and you understand this. Back when we played football, you looked across the field to the other dude that had all the scars, all the scratches on the helmet. Had all the paint. You wanted some paint on your helmet.
Yeah, particularly another
these
color
boys
paint.
nowadays they want a shiny helmet. Back in the day, you wanted some different color paint on your helmet because
Absolutely.
that sent a message to your opponent. Hey man, I'm head hunting. I'm coming for you. So you look for that guy that's got them scars.
And the neck rolls too. I missed
Oh,
the neck rolls.
I was a neck roll guy.
You wedge buster.
Come on, baby.
And
Yes,
neck
sir.
rolls,
I was a
dog.
neck roll guy. Come on now. What are you talking about?
With the neck roll, and that's offense and defense.
Yeah.
man.
I tell you what.
But throwback wise, Khalil Benson wears his pads up high. He already tall, but he come out there telling them, look at 8 inches taller than he is, because he had that thing way up here.
And,
I used to also take my jersey
in the
up.
back?
But hey, I did it like Prime did it, but then I noticed they couldn't see my number in the back. So I started doing it on the sides. That way it just looked tight. I had that.
I like that, but I just don't know about the side.
I did it on the sides and I would tuck it under.
Oh, okay.
I would tuck it under
There
so you
you
couldn't
go.
see it.
I ain't want no
and then I had
pigtail.
to, I don't want no pigtail.
Long as you didn't tie to the knot in the front.
No, I ain't tied the knot in the front. No. But I tell you what, had to have them abs showing. Get
it,
have your
pilot.
towel
Get
just
it,
right.
pilot.
Come on,
Get
man.
it,
What are you
pilot.
talking about?
There you go, baby.
Listen, we had drizzle back then too. Come on, man. What are you talking about?
Some drip.
Has a drip. Yes, sir.
Well, coaches, this is where we turn the page and truly look toward the next opponent. We're going on the road again. Another rivalry, in-state rivalry, smaller venue, but just as much cantankerous against us, as my grandma would say. We're on the road to Colorado State.
Cantankerous.
Oh yeah. Now they came in here last year. Well, let me let the fans know something. Historically speaking, this game has been played at Mile High Stadium,
Right.
for about 20 years or so. It just moved to campuses last year. We hosted first, win the overtime. Now we go to their venue. Back-to-back road games, back-to-back rivalries. How do you keep the guys focused on the task at hand?
Man, I tell you what, I don't, personally, from what I've seen, I don't think there's a problem. I think they understand. The guys, especially that were here last year, they totally understand.